All right. Hello, everybody. It is free practice time. Welcome, GT45 Gaming here. We are live, and we are here with ACC today, the final round, ladies and gentlemen, of the SFR versus IRL challenge. So, as you can see here, we got our helicopter pilot working hard currently here. He's following driver, I believe, Marco. As you see, actually, Marco coming into pit lane here currently. So, let's go find another driver on track here. There we go. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, it's round 8. These guys have been battling hard for 7 long rounds, 8 long weeks, because we did have a postponed race. And we're finally here, man. It's round 8. It's all on the line here. Winner takes all. And we'll go through some standings and some good stuff here for you guys just in a little bit. I just want to welcome everybody. We are over in France. We're at Zandvoort Circuit. And I got some information about the circuit for you guys here in a little bit. But most importantly, we're going to show you the standings, where the driver standings are, where the team standings are, and all this fun stuff. Sorry, I'm just monitoring the stream. We've been having some serious issues with the stream as of late, so we've been working hard to get that sorted today, and it actually kind of looks like it's running better. So that's fantastic. A little bit of lagging. There's a little bit of lagging. Alright, so the issue we have been having, ladies and gentlemen, is the fact that we're just dropping frames randomly for no reason, really. Why do we not have any game sound? There we go. Alright, we're back. There we go. We've been having all kinds of issues here, so I do appreciate everybody's support. You guys coming back non-stop. There's been this is like the 3rd live stream that's popped up today. I'm so sorry, you guys. I really am. Just got to get it sorted. So, again, final round, man. 90-minute race here at Zandvoort. And this is a tricky racetrack. As you guys can see in the left center of the screen there, you can see the shape of this racetrack. Now, the start-finish line is actually on the very bottom left-hand side of this racetrack. And then the drivers come down, and there's these little loop-de-loops and all kinds of crazy stuff. Very difficult technical racetrack. It's going to be hard to make moves here, I think. And honestly, I've never seen the racetrack in my entire life, whether it be in a video game or in real life, obviously, because I've never been to France. But so yeah, this is all new and exciting to me too. So it should be a good broadcast. When I don't know what to expect, it always helps because the commentator just never knows what to see. You know, right there is going to be a bad spot. We see that wall. Right? Yeah, it's just It looks like there's a lot of chaos ensuing corners, you know what I mean? Looks like JP's going to be pulling off here, so let's jump on with our winner from last week, MX here. Is he still... Looks like he's rocking that Mother's Day livery there. A little bit of a different livery this time. He's got some different livery on this time. You see, that's what I mean, man. We go through, we look at these liveries, so drivers change them up every once in a while. So, yeah, this one's looking pretty sharp. MX looking very strong at the end of the season. Of course, teammate JP as well in that Porsche. He's been very strong here at the end of the season as well. So, again, these are going to be guys to look out for here. But championship leader Marco is back on track today. And actually, while we're thinking about that, let's get that stuff up for you guys. So, this is our round 7 results, ladies and gentlemen. So this is based off of last week's race over at the Nürburgring GP, and MX winning with 50 points. We had JP coming in second, Boosted 45 coming in third, Atista in fourth, Sephiroth in fifth, Magic Man in sixth, King in seventh, Spec in eighth, Darmel in ninth, and Tangle 2 rounding out the top 10 last week there. So a pretty good mixture of SFR and IRL drivers up in the top 10 last week. And then when we move forward to the individual standings, this is what we're looking at. Now, this is after drop rounds, ladies and gentlemen. So drop rounds have come into play here. So we currently have Marco in the lead with 235 points. We have Catch in second with 215. JP in third with 211. MX in fourth with 196. Boosted in fifth with 192. Sephiroth is in sixth with 169. Melina in seventh with 142. Atista in eighth with 138. Tango 2 in ninth with 121. And Gelspeed in 10th place with 119 points. And several drivers just very, very close behind. Now, again, drop rounds have been factored in. That doesn't mean this is how it's going to end. If these guys have their worst round this race, that will also change because that will be considered as their drop round as well. So the drop round goes right through to the end of the series right now currently, ladies and gentlemen. So this is where we're sitting at currently, moving into the final round here. And then, of course, the team standings, ladies and gentlemen, after drop round points are factored in, it is Team SFR in the lead with 1,429 total points over Team IRL with 985. So, drop rounds took in, both teams taking a big hit on the team standings there for sure. So, that's where we're sitting at, ladies and gentlemen. One more week of racing here for this challenge, and then we crown our league leaders. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. So, it's going to be a good race. He's a 90-minute race here today, ladies and gentlemen. So, ooh, here we go. Facebook struggling again. So, yeah, just bear with. I apologize over there on Facebook. Stream is slightly laggy, and unfortunately, there is just everything I have done to try and fix it. It's just not working. It's just not working. So, the YouTube channel seems to have been running really good. So, don't hesitate to head over to the YouTube channel and probably get a better viewing experience, most likely, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what it is with the Facebook broadcast, but the YouTube broadcast looks better. Yeah, again, YouTube it seems to be running much more efficient and smoother for some reason. We're having an issue with the Facebook platform, I believe, ladies and gentlemen, is what's happening here. So again, YouTube, probably the best spot to be right now for clean viewing, chat. All right, so let's go to the garage. Let's go take a look at the competitors on track. We've gone through our standings. We still have a few minutes left in practice. We got 6.5 minutes left of free practice, and then we're going to go into that qualifier. So we do have Rockefeller Racing's Marco currently sitting on pole. Atista is currently sitting second, also driving for SFR, as well as Marco is. We have JP currently sitting third on track, third fastest in practice. For Team IRL, with teammate MX just behind him there, also for Team IRL, we have Jetpack here, who's Team IRL as well, ladies and gentlemen. Boosted 45. who finished in 3rd place last week. Now around the track, he's currently sitting 6th on track for Team SFR. We have Tango 2 for Team IRL. We've got Little Mac for Team SFR. Catch for Team SFR. We got Magic Man for Team SFR. We got Sephiroth for Team SFR. We got Rig Pig for IRL. We got King for Team SFR, and then we have Darmel for IRL, Big Dom for IRL, High Peoples, who's stepping in and filling in for IRL. And High Peoples is also a member of the GT45 gaming community, ladies and gentlemen. So awesome to see High Peoples up in the race here today as well. He's over on YouTube, probably live as well, ladies and gentlemen. So go show the man some love. And then we have Choco, who is the normal commentator for the series again. Number got called. He's got to get on track, and he's got to go race today. So that's about where we're sitting here, ladies and gentlemen. So we have Autista here. Now, most of the SFR drivers have opted to drive the Bentley, but we do see a couple of the SFR drivers who prefer a different car, and we do see one here with Autista. He definitely prefers that Lamborghini. I have no idea what these cars are like to drive on this on the game, so I can't even begin to speculate whether it's easy or not an easy car, but I don't see a lot of them on the track, so I do speculate that it's a tough car to drive. We do see a couple Lamborghinis in the field here, obviously. We have tons of Bentleys. And if we go back to the garage here, actually, we can go and take a look and see what we have on track. So a Bentley, we got a Lamborghini, we got Audi here, we've got, I don't even know what that is, McLaren, Bentley, we got Jaguar, we got Lamborghini, we got another Bentley, we got another Audi, we got a McLaren, and then we got another Bentley. So you can see the Bentley fills up most of the field here, but we do have a little bit of variation, and I know JP's a Porsche driver. Where is JP, actually? And JP is not in the server at the moment, so not sure what happened there, as I believe he's supposed to be here today. So there is a Porsche driver as well, typically. Alright, so the YouTube, the YouTube channel is going just fine, ladies and gentlemen. If you're having a hard time watching over on Facebook, I do apologize. I've been working really hard to get it sorted out. I mean, it kind of holds and then it dips, and then it holds and then it dips, and then it holds and it dips, and eventually the Facebook stream actually ends up with quite a delay. And I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I have been working so hard to fix the Facebook part of the stream, but for some reason it just does not want to cooperate with us today. Yeah, don't know what to say there. If I'm missing alerts or if I'm missing comments, ladies and gentlemen, feel free to let me know. It may not be updating, and yeah, YouTube is where it's at right now, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, the YouTube channel is the one that's really handling the stream well, so. And this is not going to be an easy racetrack, ladies and gentlemen. You can see there's just a racetrack full of corners and technical sectors, broken up by a couple of a couple of mid-length and then longer straightaways, I guess. And I think it's going to be a tire chewer, this racetrack. So there is no mandatory pit stops. There's no mandatory fuel stop. There's no mandatory tire stops in the race here today. It is purely a strategic race here today for the drivers. Again, we're here for 90 minutes, so I highly doubt that the drivers are going to be able to run this on a no stop. I can't see the tires holding up. Whether or not the drivers can do it on fuel, I would have no idea. I can't even begin to speculate what the fuel mileage is like here over on ACC, but there's definitely no way these guys are going to be able to do it on the tires, man. 90 minutes on Zandvoort. It's a very technical racetrack. I think you're just asking for trouble if you try to no-stop it on tires, so it'll be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see, ladies and gentlemen, how pit strategy is really going to come into play here today. And you can see, I mean, it looks like the track is wide. I mean, it looks like there's plenty of room on the track for two cars. But, I mean, when you see these cars going through the corners and they're coming out on exit, there is clearly not a lot of room to be making moves in certain parts of this racetrack. And I think we're going to see we're going to see a lot of drivers having to be very, very patient, and hopefully impatience doesn't really come into play here. As you can see, Batista going around, whoever it is that he's going around there. Well, it was Rig Pig by the looks of it there. So we're just a free practice. Free practice is almost over, ladies and gentlemen. We will be moving into qualifying here shortly. And 15-minute qualifier, perhaps? Not 100% sure. I think that's what it is, if I read it correctly in the Discord server before sorting all this out. I'm a little less prepared than I wanted to be today, just due to the fact that I've been trying to sort the stream issues out. But with that being said, we still here. We're gonna have a good race. These guys are gonna put it all on the line today. I mean, this is the finale. Every driver is gonna want to win this thing, so they're gonna be pushing. It's gonna be an interesting race. There's, like I said, lots of spots on the track here at Zandvoort today. Zandvoort. I have no idea how to pronounce it properly. That could cause some complications here, very clearly, obviously, ladies and gentlemen. How do we pronounce that? Is there like an enunciation for us? Refresh it, man. Come on. We have lots of juicy little fun facts and tidbits of information here for you guys about the racetrack, but for some reason it's not loading up for me here. I'm having a bit of an issue.
Green light, give it all you can.
Oh, there we go. And you know, all these turns have really crazy French names that I can't even pronounce. So there is a total of 14 corners left and right on the racetrack here, ladies and gentlemen. This is Alright, so we'll let my computer bring up the good stuff here. There we go. There we go. It took a little while for me to get that information up. So North Holland, Netherlands, ladies and gentlemen. I say France, it's the Netherlands. Yeah, geez, way to go me, hey? It's been around since 1948 to start with, ladies and gentlemen. It runs Formula One, it runs GT World Challenge Europe, FIA F2, FIA F3, Europa Cup. And yeah, there's a lot of information here to sift through, so we'll definitely pick out little tidbits of the information here as we're getting ready for qualifying here, ladies and gentlemen. And again, 90-minute race, so we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about all the awesomeness that goes on in racing, and at this track specifically. So we're up to 18 here. We got 18 in the field today, ladies and gentlemen, which is fantastic. What is going on here? thought for sure that things were crashing. Alright. Alright, so we are going to jump on with, let's jump on with MX here. Obviously, MX has been, one of the drivers has been qualifying really well here in the latter part of the series, so let's jump on board with for a lap or two with MX here and just kind of see what he does as he's going around the track here. Of course, I wasn't really paying attention to a lot of the times that was going on track while we were in free practice because I was too busy yapping. But as we can see here, we have 10 minutes left of qualifying, so these guys are going to be able to get about another, 5-6 laps in here. And in qualifying, it's really not about battling with another car. You can see those two got a little bit jumbled up there. Shark Attack wasn't really sure where MX was going there, as he's trying not to hold these guys up on their hot lap. Hey, how you doing? Hi, peoples. How you doing, brother? So, yeah, we got MX. Now, MX qualified pole the last 2 weeks in a row, so let's see if he can do it again. Currently, right now, he's sitting fourth, as Jetpacker just took P3 from him there. But, I don't know. I suspect he's going to be on it here. The Audi, maybe not liking this track as much, perhaps. But, again, I don't know. I don't drive a lot of ACC, so I'm not sure how each of these cars handles and what their strengths and their weaknesses are in comparison to each other. So, all I know is there's a lot of Bentleys on the track. That's what I know. So we head back to the garage here, of course, where we can see what's really going on. So we got Marco currently sitting in provisional pole. We got Atista sitting second, Jetpacker sitting third, MX sitting fourth, Magic Man's currently sitting fifth, Sephiroth sitting in sixth. We got Catch sitting in seventh, Boosted in eighth, Rig Pig in ninth. We got Little Mac in 10th. We got Darmel in 11th, King in 12th, Choco 13. Oh, a whole bunch just moved around. Choco now 14. We got Tango in 15. We got Shark Attack in 16th. We got Big Dom in 17th. And we got High Peoples at the back of the pack. Neither one of those two drivers have come out and put down qualifying time yet. So let's jump on board with Marco here as he's our current provisional pole sitter. And let's go around the track here with our boy Marco as we're going to jump on hood cam here. He's got about a 1.5, 2 second gap there on the driver in front of him, and then we kick back behind the wing here. You can see he's got lots of space behind him here as well, so yeah, let's go RR. Hey, how's it going, Spec? Yeah, everybody definitely probably wants to hang out on the YouTube channel today, man. Facebook is just not doing well. We might just shut the Facebook stream down if it keeps giving me any more issues. Although we are live, I'm watching the Facebook stream right now on my phone, and it seems to be holding up alright, so I don't know. We'll figure it out eventually. But Marco, again, sitting provisional pole. And he's definitely going to want to secure that championship here today. He's been a driver that's been looked out for all series long as well. Pretty much every race that he's partaken in, he's been on the podium. So, with the exception of, I believe it was... I want to say it was Nürburgring last week, but he wasn't there. I believe it was Autista and Catch that got totaled their cars in the race, and that's why we've seen both those drivers retire from the race. Of course, wreck the race cars. So, for some reason, I thought it was Marco. I'm not sure why. Oh, we caught MX spinning. Ah, we seen that. We totally saw that. Tough spin there for MX. But again, we're in qualifying, so we can just reset it in the pits and continue along his way. I know Magic Man says that he likes this track, so it'd be interesting to see what Magic Man's got today here at Zandvoort as well. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, really, it's probably anybody's race here. Marco's obviously going to be one of the guys to look out for. JP and MX have been very strong at the end of the season. Boosted 45's really been looking good. Sephiroth as well. You know, there's quite a few names that we can see up at the top of the standings here today. Molina, Autista, JP, MX, obviously both have Jetpacker. He can be a good pacey fast dude too. So there's lots of guys out there that can take this race today. It's really going to come down to, I guess, who has the better pit strategy most likely, and of course has the cleanest race most likely. Some good-looking liveries we're seeing out there, Chad. Some good-looking liveries, and we got High Peoples again filling in for IRL here today. So that's cool to see. Again, another member of the community filling in. Love to see it. Love to see it. Let's jump on with that Lamborghini. He seems like he's really got a pretty good handle around Zandvoort here. Currently sitting second. Obviously, here in qualifying, we have just under 4.5 minutes remaining here in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. So, what we're going to see happen here, if this is your very first time tuning in or your very first ACC commentary experience, is you're going to see a lot of things happening here. You're going to see qualifying in, and there's just going to be a stall. There's going to be about a 2 or 3 minute window there where it's a cool down period. The guys can go in, get their pit strategy set up, etc., etc. And then they line up on the grid. They'll do a warm-up lap all the way around the racetrack. And what that does, ladies and gentlemen, is it allows the drivers to warm their tires up, build some air pressure in the tires. So hopefully, by the time they get around to the green flag start at the end of that warm-up lap, when the race goes green and they all take off on the start line, they're hoping that they have those tires as close to optimal temperature as they can so they can get the best race start as they can. And that tends to create a little bit of chaos at race starts, obviously, because some drivers may not have gotten the heat or the air pressure built up in their tires as well as maybe the driver in front of or some of the drivers behind. And sometimes that can cause a little bit of complications going into the very first few corners of any racetrack at a race start. So we're definitely going to be keeping our eye on that today. And much like we did last week, we're also going to sit in the middle of the pack at the race start and just kind of see how everybody makes it through. And then we'll jump over to the front end of the pack and keep an eye on our leaders for a little bit. And then we'll do what we do, man. We'll go and show some love to all our drivers and look for the good battles on track. I'm sure there's going to be lots of battles happening here today. Again, not the easiest place to pass, as we can see, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a narrow racetrack, so the drivers are gonna have to be extremely patient when they're looking to make that move, and they're just gonna have to ideally prey on a mistake made by the guy in front of them. So we haven't seen a lot of change in where everybody's standing. We got JP's down in 8th, Sephiroth in 9th, Little Max in 12th. Choco's down to 16th there, so losing a little bit of time to some of his mates. But, yeah, guys are looking good out there. Let's sit with Jetpacker here and see if he's going to improve on his time and all. We'll leave that little timer screen up there for you. It's definitely a very good-looking car, ladies and gentlemen. That McLaren it's a very good-looking car. We can see a mistake made by Jetpacker there, so he's definitely not got a better time on this lap here. Who else we got? It looks like MX is right on Catch, and he is. So let's jump on with Catch here, and Catch is actually just going to let MX go by there. As Catch obviously probably wasn't on a hot lap, so to speak. He probably wasn't up on the timing, so he probably just decided to let MX go there. Again, Catch is a really is a big team player, ladies and gentlemen. No matter who it is on track, if he feels like the guy behind him has the pace, he'll typically just make life easy and let him go by and not battle and maybe potentially cause that incident on track. He's a very smart, calculated driver, Catch is. And don't let him fool you, ladies and gentlemen, when you watch the stream over there at Rockefeller Racing. He's always saying he's not comfortable, he doesn't think he's going to finish well, but he's cool, he's calm, he's a pretty calculated guy. And he's a good racer, so don't let him fool you when you hear him say that stuff, ladies and gentlemen, because Catch is always a contender here at ACC. He's very humble, he's a very modest guy. So MX is currently sitting in 3rd. So he's hoping to grab a P1 or a P2 here by the end of this lap. So he's getting, let's say, about the 2/3 point of the track here right now. He's going to come into this, what looks to be like a really tough hairpin. And then these guys are going to come all the way around a big sweeping, almost like a double corner here. It's kind of a mini hairpin into a long sweeper. And then they got that nice big straightaway, and then that last hairpin going into the start-finish line. So we do see that qualifying's ended here, ladies and gentlemen. So MX on that final hot lap. Let's see if he can improve. He's actually got knocked down to 4th place here most currently. So he's almost about to come around the start-finish line here. He's on the final corner. You can see that nice, good, wide sweeping line. Let's see what he does as he comes across the line here. And it looks like he moved himself into 2nd there. So that was a great run by MX there, that final lap in qualifying. So it's looking like this is how our race is going to progress. I don't know if we have anybody else. Looks like Marco's still on a hot lap here. For the most part, most of the field is finished. Tango 2's coming around right now. Doesn't look like he improves his time any there. I think we got Darmel on a hot lap here. As he's just coming around the final corners here himself right now. He's got a little bit of a straightaway to go up here, and then he's got coming around that final corner as well. So we just see him come around. He's actually going to go in the pit, so he must not be up on that time. So our current pole sitter is is Marco, but we're gonna go midfield here. We're gonna sit on Tango 2. We're gonna look at that beautiful wing of his here for a second. There we go. And so we're gonna warm up, cool down, so to speak, ladies and gentlemen. So the guys are just fine-tuning the cars, relaying information to their pit crews, their crew chiefs, and of course the racing team behind the scenes coming up with pit strategy and what they expect, what they can expect for fuel mileage out of the cars. You know, they're doing all that stuff behind the scenes that we don't see that goes on in racing. And, they're on their computers, they're putting in calculations, they're putting in formulas, based off that pace during qualifying. This is potentially what you should be able to get out of your tank of fuel, and, your tires should last this long, etc., etc., etc. When the cars come into pit lane, what you don't see happening, obviously, because we're on a simulated game, what the drivers are doing in real life is they're taking tire temperatures, they're taking air pressure readings, they're checking all these things, and then what they do is there's just mathematical formulas, and they implement all this information, and it tells them exactly what adjustments need to be made to the car based off the track conditions. And there's that double live notification I was talking about. So what's happening here is I'm getting your guys' alerts. I mean, they're there, but I'm not getting your alerts. You know what I mean? Like, they're not showing up at all anywhere. So apologize, ladies and gentlemen, for no alerts. I don't know what else to tell you. My stuff, I don't know. Everything's broken. Everything's broken. Hey, how you doing, GT? How you doing, Cliff? Nice. Thanks for stopping in, brother. We're having streaming, we're having software issues, it's just not playing nice. So yeah, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it's quite dark out. It's 3 a.m. in the morning here right now at Zandvoort. And these guys are going to be driving well into the morning here today. So 90-minute endurance race over here at Zandvoort today, and you can see drivers are on the line. They're going to get ready to go here. So Cliff Scholl's coming in with a big thumbs up. Much love, appreciate that. I apologize over on Facebook, guys. I don't know what's going on. My software and Facebook aren't jiving. YouTube's doing really great, though, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're watching on YouTube, I'm sure you guys aren't having too many complications with the stream. But Facebook is not playing nice today. Hasn't been for a couple days, actually. So we're going to see these guys jumping in on that warm-up lap here shortly, ladies and gentlemen.
30 seconds.
You just heard from race control 30 seconds before these guys could start warming up them tires and getting that warm-up lap around the track in. GT Realm coming in with the share as well. Much love, Brady. I appreciate that. GT Realm Racing over on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely got to make sure you go over there and check him out. Monday to Friday. Great content. He's always got the chat open with the GT Realm Racing crew there. And yeah, it's good stuff. Always welcome to jump on track with them boys over there as well. They're great racers. A lot of fun. It is working fine for you here. It's double streaming though. There's 2 Facebook streams, so I'm only getting alerts on one of the 2 streams. I don't know what's going on. Facebook is really, really crazy right now. And I am assuming that... Oh no. We picked the wrong car to be sitting on here, Chad. I can't actually... get on to another car. So our 10th place driver, who we were going to sit on during the race start, I can't sit on because he's in pits, and now it won't let me go back to switch cars either. So boy, that's unfortunate, ain't it? That is really, really unfortunate, chat. We might miss the race start here because of this. Yeah, something is definitely wrong with the platform right now. It's really unfortunate. So, unfortunately, chat, we can't do anything right now. We can't switch drivers. So, well, it is what it is. It is what it is. If I would have known that he was going to start out of the pit lane, then I would have opted to pick a different driver to sit on, I guess. Well, thankfully we got the YouTube channel as backup always, you know. I really hope that never is the case. I enjoy the Facebook platform myself personally. I think they got a good platform. It's just they can never seem to get it working properly. I don't know. They always got something screwed up on it, unfortunately, and it affects us as creators. It affects our content. It affects the viewers. It affects a lot of things. So, exactly right. I mean, what do you do? Can I switch drivers yet? Oh, this is so sad, chat. So sad, so sad. Jake coming in with the big heart as well. Much love, Jake. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, we tried to make a switch, so we instead of signing in with YouTube on the on my streaming software, we decided to try and sign in with Facebook instead. And by doing that, it doubles. Now it's got 2 live streams going at the same time for the same stream. I don't get what's going on.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Ah! All right, all right, all right. We got this. We got this. We got this. Aha! We had a lot of contact there in the back end of the field, ladies and gentlemen, between the IRL guys. You can see the SFR guys here. They got a little confuzzle going into turn 1 there too. You can see some guys taking a really wide line. All 3 of the SFR guys going into the grass there. We got IRL trying to sneak in between here. I'm not sure which driver that is. I think that's Rig Pig in the Jaguar right now. And what we expected to see here at the race start of Zandvoort today was a little bit chaotic. The drivers did their absolute best to give each other space and room there. We just seen a little bit of contact from the back side of the pack there. But for the most part, it looks like everybody got through fairly good. So all the drivers are on track and all the drivers are moving except for Tango 2. Not sure what the deal with Tango 2 is currently on track here. But let's jump on board now with our race leader, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to see what he sees behind him here right now. You can see it's just a little bit cloudy in the background. You see the stars are out. So it looks like it's going to turn into be a pretty nice morning here. Obviously, as the time gets earlier and earlier into the morning, like I said, it's 3 a.m. race start time here today, ladies and gentlemen, over in the Netherlands. So these guys are starting in the dark, and then they will finish in the hour, morning hours, maybe early afternoon hours. We're not 100% sure, but Marco has gotten a really great start to start off this race here for Team SFR. And he's cruising. He is absolutely cruising here. So let's get back up into our chopper pilot here, who is he's got his hands full today. Pit lane is now open from race control as well, ladies and gentlemen. Hal goes in for a quick like and share, getting ready for some racing action with the lads. Love it, Kilt. I might see you guys after I'm done here. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Marco. With a pretty early commanding lead here, so let's head back to the garage. Let's go find a juicy early on battle here. It looks like we got a nice little beauty 3-way, 4-way battle here for P3 currently. So let's jump on board with that. All right, so this is what Jetpack is seeing right now. He has got Autista all up in his business, and just behind Autista there is Boosted 45 for Team SFR, and right behind him is team leader Rockefeller Racing's Catch as well. So there is some SFR behind. You see Autista flashing the headlights there on Jetpack, as Jetpack's like, well, mate, you want the position. You're going to have to get that position done. So looking forward, this is what he's seeing. Second place is just right there with driver MX from IRL. But then when we look behind, this is what he's got to deal with right here. He has got Autista all up his back grill here right now. And then, of course, you have Boosted and Catch just behind, sitting patiently, maybe hoping that these guys are going to start battling a little bit. And maybe even potentially be able to gain up on this and get involved in the battle as well. So we're going to work our TV crews really hard here today in these 90 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to make these camera crews earn their money here today. But you can see that it is just a great battle developing here between the 4 drivers for P3, 4, 5, and 6 currently on track, ladies and gentlemen. And Jetpack is just... That McLaren's a very wide car. Oh, but we see Autista making a little bit of a move there. So, wrong way. Is Autista going to get that done? No, Autista opting to back out there. So, It looked like he took a peek there, but he decided to back out of the move. Again, very tough racetrack to make moves on. You really need to capitalize on mistakes made by your opponent ahead of you. And you have to be ready to jump on that mistake like the moment it happens, right? Window of opportunity is very, very small on a narrow racetrack like this. So when you get an opportunity to make a move, oh, I hate that camera angle. There we go. When you get the opportunity to make the move, you got to try and be ready for it. So we've seen a small mistake from Jetpacker there, and Autista tried to capitalize on it, but he just wasn't ready for that window of opportunity. So you seen him make the smart call there. He backed out and, of course, kept himself and the car he's racing safe. If he would have tried to keep his nose in there and made contact with Jetpacker and caused an incident between the two cars, he also has the two guys behind him to consider his teammates right now chasing as well. So, you know, it very quickly could have turned into a multi-car incident there. So great job by Autista to just be aware that he had to back out there because it wasn't going to end well. And that was most certainly the case there, ladies and gentlemen. So great job again by all our drivers here on track. And I do apologize to everybody over there on Facebook. If you are having issues with the stream lagging, I do just encourage you to head over to the YouTube channel, GT45 Gaming on YouTube. The YouTube channel is running fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are having a little bit of a viewing struggle on Facebook, I apologize. We're trying to sort the issue out, but the YouTube channel is going nice and strong. So personal preference. You guys want to bear with it on Facebook. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you for the support. And if I'm not shouting out alerts, if I'm not seeing shares or comments, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. Yeah, my stuff is really, really messed up today, and I'm just not seeing everything, unfortunately. So this is a great battle here between these drivers here. I mean, they're not really battling too much right now. You can see that they're just kind of in single file line. They're just trying to hit their marks, trying to stay close enough to each other that if another window of opportunity arises, that they can pounce on it and try to get a move done on the next opponent. So. Go back to our chopper pilot here. We can just get a little bit of an idea how close these cars are to each other currently on track. Now you can see they just have the regular headlights on here. They don't have those endurance lights running here currently right now. It's not super dark, so there's really no need for the heavy duty lights on these race cars here this morning. Let's head back to our garage and let's go check on our mid-pack situation here. Boosted is in 5th. He has Catch very nearby in 6th. Let's get rid of that map in the middle of the screen here. There we go. Sephiroth for Team SFR with teammate Magic Man just behind him here as well. And then, of course, another SFR. We've got about 6 SFRs straight in a row here. And then we've got Rig Pig from IRL with teammates Darmel, Big Dom, and Tango 2 just off in the distance behind as well. Choco's just trailing these guys in 14th place. So he's had a pretty good race start for himself as well. Shark Attack in 15th here. We've got SFR's King in 16th. We got High Peoples who's coming in for a fill-in reserve spot here today. He's sitting in 17th, and then we've got JP who, I'm not sure what happened there, is 2 laps down, so he may have been the car that was sitting in the pit lane there and had to deal with something real quick before he could get out on track potentially. But as we can see, Marco does have a sizable lead on the pack already with a almost 6-second gap on second place driver MX here. So not really anything happening there. Really, it seems like the battle here is kind of right here. So let's jump on board with Autista here for a few minutes as he's really working on trying to chase Jetpack down. Now again, 90 minutes is a long time, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers don't need to make everything happen right away. Obviously, the guys do need to worry about their cars, they need to worry about their tires, they need to worry about their fuel management. No required pit stops here today, so these guys aren't required to stop for anything. But 90-minute race, these guys are going to have to stop for tires. I'm sure they're going to have to stop for fuel at some point. So we are going to see most certainly probably going to see a full set of pit stops from most of the drivers here today. I honestly think that it's kind of a pretty bold move to go with a no-stop situation here for tires, and I think that if you try to go for the no-stop on tires here, Zandvoort, I think it's going to relate to you not having a very good race finish. I think that it's just going to be, the tires are just going to be too far gone by the end of the race with the amount of work that the car has to do on this racetrack. There's a lot of hard cornering, a lot of braking, just left and right hand hard corners. It's going to really wear the tire. Pardon me, Chad. I apologize. It's really going to wear down the tires. So, I really just don't suspect we're going to see any driver take on a no-stop challenge here today. If it was a 1 hour endurance race, we might see drivers contemplate that decision, but I think because it's a 90-minute race here today, I really don't suspect we're going to see the drivers taking that chance. I just don't foresee it. So this is what Tista has going on behind. This is fifth to sixth place drivers, Boosted 45 and Catch. And you can see they're all very close to each other. Boosted's just on the edge of that slipstream range, and Catch much of the same thing behind Boosted there as well. And then we have a little bit of distance between 6th and 7th place pack. So you can see the back half of the pack is starting to kind of file out. You can start seeing the pace set in. So the top 6 drivers have a relatively similar pace. Obviously, you can see they're very close together on each other here. So just patience right now. The guys are just settled into the race right now. They know and understand that it's a very long race. It's a very tough racetrack. And, I mean, eventually somebody's potentially going to make a mistake. You can see Autista making up a little bit of time under braking there, actually, on Jetpack Nebula there. So we could potentially see Autista maybe looking to make a move here in the next couple laps on that McLaren up ahead of him there. So a little bit of an interesting scenario brewing here, but right now this is definitely where the action is on track. So we're just going to stick with this for a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Not a whole lot else going on anywhere else on the racetrack at the moment. It looks like we have a couple guys getting real close together in the back half of the pack there, but for the most part, the real battle is kind of brewing right here between 3rd and 6th place. So we're just going to hang out with our boys here and see how these guys all make out as we progress through the race here. Again, long race, minute and a half laps, minute 40 laps. So I mean, we're going to see, 40 some laps out of these guys probably today. Alright. So let's get you guys a little bit of fun facts about the racetrack here, since we got a nice little battle brewing here for sure. I mean, it's definitely starting to develop here, ladies and gentlemen, but at the moment there's just not a lot of action happening on the racetrack here currently. To be expected early on in the race, guys are going to say, once the pit stops start factoring in, I think that's really going to change the perplexity of the race, of course. So let's go through a little bit of history about the racetrack. Zandvoort, there were early plans for the racetrack before World War II. The first street race was held on June 3rd of 1939. However, the permanent track wasn't actually constructed until after the war, and the track was being used for war purposes, of course. So in looks like 1946 is when the track really kind of started to become a developing thing, and then of course the racetrack officially opened in 1948. So Zandvoort's been around for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. 1948, that's several years now. I mean, we're talking 60, 70, 80, we're talking 84 years, ladies and gentlemen. So 84-year-old racetrack. So I'm sure it's got a very illustrious history. What else we got in here? So in 1948, all the way to 1971, ladies and gentlemen, the track was 4.19 kilometers long, or 2.6 miles, depending on what part of the world it is, depending on what kind of system you guys use here. But we're going to jump on board with Autista a little bit here. As you can see, he's starting to close up on Jetpack. And then from 72 to 79, they actually extended the track to 4.22 clicks, so it's 2.62 miles. And then kind of since then, they've just continued to really make it bigger and bigger and bigger. And the current racetrack to date is 4.259 kilometers long, which is almost 2.7 miles now. So The racetrack's overgone some facelifts half a dozen times throughout its lifetime, and I mean that's to be expected. Obviously, the racing surface is going to break down, it's going to wear down, and you gotta you gotta fix the surface of the racetrack. And of course, you're gonna, after several seasons of racing on the track, you're gonna see maybe where there's improvements that can be made on the racetrack to make the racing better, safer for the drivers. So of course, these racetracks take a look at all these things 1 year to the next, or every 5 years, or whatever the case may be. I'm sure every racetrack committee is different, and make any necessary upgrades from there. So we can see Boosted's really starting to close up on these two guys here in third and fourth place as well. You can see Boosted was right on the back end of Bautista coming into the corner there, but you can see that Lamborghini has a little bit of pull on that Bentley coming out of the corners. And, Boosted's got a great run here, ladies and gentlemen. So, is he going to get the job done? I guess is the big question. No, Boosted backed out there. We did back out. Again, just great racing awareness from our drivers here today. It's such a difficult racetrack to make maneuvers on. You see Ketch getting a little bit of wide behind Boosted there, actually. And, he had an option there. He had a nose in there, but he decided just to back out. Again, not necessarily the best place to pass, potentially. I don't know where the best places to pass on this racetrack are. These guys clearly do. As you can see them really backing out of potential moves. And that wasn't an intentional move. I think he just went into the corner better. And he just had to stick the nose inside there not to make contact, of course, with teammate and the driver up in front of him. So, it's just tough out there, guys. It's tough out there. We're transitioning now. The morning's, it's going from very early morning into, I guess what you would call a mid-morning situation here pretty soon. So, the track's going to start lightening up a little bit. We're going to see the lights starting to dim on the racetrack from these race cars a little bit. The track temperatures are going to change a little bit. So that's, all that has to factor in for these drivers as they're racing around the track here. And Choco's looking good here. Choco all the way up into P12 currently. Starting to grid on P16, I believe. So Choco is definitely making up some ground here. Oh, and we got Shark Attack. It was a big incident there. Shark Attack getting into the wall. That was a hard lick, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm sure that he suffered some pretty good damage there, ladies and gentlemen, as he absolutely went into the wall on the front right side of that car very hard. So that's unfortunate for Shark Attack there. We got High Peoples here. He's moving up slowly but surely as well. Now up into 15th from 17th as well. So you can see some of the drivers here slowly but surely making some time up on the racetrack here today. Long race, slowly but surely may be the way to go here today, ladies and gentlemen, as well. So again, our race leader Marco here, he hasn't really pulled any more of a gap than what we saw last time. If anything, it's actually a little bit smaller. It was almost 6 seconds last time we were with our race leader here, and the lap's currently down to 5.3. So driver behind here, MX from Team IRL, is starting to pick up the pace a little bit, starting to catch up to Molina a little bit here. And then we just have this battle here for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place, and it's just been it's been an ongoing thing. No drivers really attempted to make that big move yet, but they're all right there. They're all battling. They're all ready to go for this this whole deal, right? I mean, as you can see here, there is just, MX is just a little bit too far away currently right now from Jetpacker, so he doesn't need to worry so much about what's going on behind him, but he definitely needs to worry about what's going on back here. So yeah, we do just see Shark Attack in pit lane there. Obviously, he's got to sort out the damage that he has received on that poor car. That was a really hard lick there, unfortunately, for Shark Attack there. So hopefully the driver's okay, and the guys will get the car fixed, and he'll be back out on track in no time, ladies and gentlemen. So absolutely fantastic stuff there. Really unfortunate, but hey, that's racing. Sometimes you just make a mistake, and unfortunately it costs you. So these guys are just really having a great battle, and you can see Autista and Jetpack have opened up that gap a little bit on Boosted 45 and Catch just behind him there as well. So a little bit of breathing room here for Autista as well, as now he can just really try to focus on finding a way around Jetpack here. And you can see again, he just kind of stuck his nose inside there, but again, not really trying to make the move yet, but he's definitely closing the gap. I think Autista is ready to try and make a move here. He's sat behind Jetpack now for about 11 laps. And what very well could be here is Autista's just looking for his weaknesses, and he's going to make the move on the outside, and he is going to get that done. So Autista waiting, picking his moment, and absolutely made a fantastic move on the outside of Jetpacker there to take P3 over. So that was fantastic stuff by Autista. Fantastic move on the outside. I was just going to say, ladies and gentlemen, while he was making that move, he's been sitting there for 10 laps behind Jetpacker, assessing his strengths and his weakness around the racetrack. So what he most certainly probably was doing there was watching where Jetpacker was really strong and where he was weak. And Autista decided to pick the one spot where he knew that he was stronger than Jetpacker. And man, did he make a very quick decision there. He'd take that outside line into that chicane. And really, ultimately, not the best place to make the move. But man, did he make the move. And oh, we got two. We got an incident there. I'm not sure what that is. It might have been lap traffic there. In High Peoples, I believe the other McLaren there making a mistake. Looks like everybody got through there okay, but it definitely was very, very close, ladies and gentlemen. So we now have a change of position on the podium there as Autista has gotten around Jetpack Nebular for third place with an absolutely beautiful move, ladies and gentlemen. What a move that was by Autista on Jetpacker there. So again, ladies and gentlemen, like we were saying, you could just tell that's what he was doing. He was sitting there, he was assessing the situation, he was applying plenty of pressure to Jetpacker to see if Jetpacker was going to make the mistake, and he didn't make the mistake, so Autista just had to make the move, and he made a really great move there. That was a great move. Move of the day so far from what we've seen, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go take a look through our field here to see if we can find anything going on in our mid to end pack here. Choco up in TAP 12 here, having a good race. Again, this camera angle is just not the best here, getting around that mountain. And now that's still the battle on track here currently, ladies and gentlemen. Really is this third, fourth, fifth, and sixth kind of little jimmy joggle. So let's jump on with Catch here. Actually, let's jump on board with Catch. We hit the wrong button. We didn't mean to hit that button. There we go. And you know, Catch again, big time team player. So. He's probably just sitting here thinking and strategizing to himself. Well, he's probably not to himself. I'm sure he's talking to the stream right now because he is live over on the YouTube Rockefeller Racing channel, broadcasting his point of view, of course. And behind him, you know, he just has. There's just nothing there. There's no headlights. There's you know, a glimmer of a car back there, and I believe that's Sephiroth behind him there. So he might just be catching a glimpse of teammate Sephiroth coming around the corners there. But other than that. Oh, really no pressure. You can see, I believe that was Darmel there in the Jaguar, just getting out of the way there, blue flag situation. So, again, it's such a tough racetrack to navigate, and especially get around another car. So, the lap traffic having to make some tough decisions there on when and where the best place is to move out of the way for these guys and not create what I like to call a big cluster of cars or a slow-moving car in amongst a bunch of high-speed cars coming in on you, you know what I mean? So that tends to cause complications, and it can cause a big incident on track. So great job there by Darmel to get out of the way. And Catch is, he's just, again, you know, you can see lap traffic again. Whoa, Catch went really, really wide there to give lots of space there. He almost went too wide as he almost missed his turn out there, but he did a good job to keep the Bentley together there. And you can see he's a little bit wide there again, too. So Cat's having a little bit of a hard time at the moment dialing in here in the early sector of the racetrack. But we'll have to see what else he's got moving forward. So let's jump on with Boosted 45 here. As he's trying to now chase down Jetpacker and and try to get the move done for 4th place on Jetpack. But I mean, Jetpack has a nice little juicy 1.2, 1.3 second lead here currently, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see in the timing at the bottom left of the screen there that we just showed off. So he's not too far away, but he's just out of that slipstream range, and you really want to get in that slipstream. Oh, we're going to spin. Oh my, Jetpacker spinning out there, ladies and gentlemen. He is just absolutely going to lose positions there. That's really unfortunate for Jetpacker there. It looked like he just went in on the brakes a little bit too hard there. And that McLaren really just kicked sideways on him. So he's gone from 4th all the way down to 7th place here. And he has Magic Man now bearing down on him here as well. That's not Magic Man. That's Darmel, I believe, in that Jaguar currently. No, who's in the Jag? Rig Pig's in the Jag, sorry. Rig Pig in the Jag. So, a really unfortunate situation there for Jetpack, as it looks like he just went a little hard on the brakes there. Lost that car under braking and spun out around the apex of that corner, leaving just enough room for Boosted Catch at Sephiroth to get around him there. So, close call, chat. That was a close call. Woo. That's racing, though, ladies and gentlemen. You just never know when it's going to happen. Sometimes the smallest of mistakes can result in the biggest of incidents. What's the word I was looking for there? So, great job by all the drivers to navigate that situation there. Unfortunate for Jetpacker, but car is safe and sound. He's back on track and continued on. Race on, man. Race on. So, tires are going to be a little bit warmed up. They're going to be a little bit more built up in tire pressure. It'll take him a little bit of time to cool them down, but I'm sure he'll get it to manage. So, and again, you know, he's starting to break into daylight hours here now. So, sorry, Boosted, we missed you here, brother. So we see Boosted coming around here, and then we got Catch just behind. And the driver's starting to kind of filter out. We see JP getting around, Rig Pig, sorry, getting around Jetpacker there. So maybe Jetpacker's tires are struggling a little bit currently here. I'm not, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what's going on with the car. Choco now up into 11, so he's having a great race here, Choco. Maybe even get into that top 10 here. That'd be a fantastic result for him. Hi, Peoples here having a pretty good race too as well. Now moved up into P13 currently here on track. So all our drivers are still here too, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have a retired driver yet, so that's fantastic news. So now what are we going to expect to see? The daylight's coming out, ladies and gentlemen. We can see it's a little bit cloudy. So as time has gone on this morning, we have seen the clouds starting to build. It was fairly, it was just partly cloudy when we first started the race. You can see the stars out there, but now you can see in the background it's getting pretty gray. It's pretty gloomy. So the sun's gone away. So it's going to be hard to say how the track temperature is really going to change here today. And Marco's now opened up about a 7-second gap on MX here currently. So looking like Autista. I'm not sure why his timer's not going. There we go. He's about 6 seconds behind MX currently. And then we got Boosted, who's 5 seconds behind Autista. And Ketch is right there, man. A second behind teammate, Boosted 45 there. So Ketch is starting to make up some ground. The car looks like it's starting to come in to the setup a little bit there. We have Sephiroth here in 6th place. We got Magic Man in 7th. We've got Little Mac just behind in 8th. We got Tango 2 in 9th. And we got Jetpack Nebula now has fallen all the way down to 10th place here. So struggling a little bit with that car currently. Losing some positions, but still on track and still giving her. So I probably wouldn't be surprised to see that he's going to be making a pit stop in the near future. He's losing time on track. And at that point, it's sometimes just better to take that pit stop, get it out of the way, try to get the undercut situation rolling for himself, and maybe gain some positions near the end of the race when guys are making their pit stops, right? So lots of things going through the drivers' heads right now, lots of things going through the crew chiefs' heads behind the scenes as they're sitting there calculating what's going on with the car. Of course, these guys get live information from these race cars, so they know what's going on, they know when things aren't working properly, blah, 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 etc., etc. And, of course, they're always trying to relay the best information they possibly can to the drivers during the race. So And we can see now Marco's starting to navigate some lap traffic, ladies and gentlemen. So as we jump on board with Marco here, as he's trying to navigate some of this traffic here, and he's just being very patient. You can see he's in no real hurry here. He's got a nice little cushion right now for the lead, so he doesn't need to force the issue. And I believe, who's he on right now? He's on Shark Attack here currently right now, who had to make a pit stop due to damage. You see Shark Attack's going to stay outside there. He's going to give Marco that line on the inside going up start-finish line. So great job there by Shark Attack, and no driver losing any time there. He just moved out of the racing line, gave Marco the optimal line, and just tucked right back in behind him there. And you see Shark Attack almost got too good of a run on Marco there and almost bumped into him there. That wouldn't have been very good to hit the race leader. So now, I mean, if these guys got the pace, they're most certainly allowed to fight for that lap back, right? But if you clearly don't have the pace with the leader, then there's no point in fighting that. Just let the leader go by and continue along your way. Make sure everybody's stays clean, keeps the cars safe, and has a good race. Make sure everybody goes home at the end of the day. That's the ideal situation every time these guys step into these cars. So we're going to jump into our chopper guys here. They've had a nice little handy break here now, so we're going to make them do some work. And you can see Marco's now catching up to some more lap traffic here as well, as he's just made it by Big Dom there, and I guess Choco now being the next guy up ahead of him here as well. So Marco looking very, very strong early on in the race. We're, you know, we're getting there. We're 50, just under an hour left remaining. So we've been a half hour through the race here so far. I suspect we're going to start seeing drivers starting to contemplate pit strategy at this point here in the race now. As we can see, Jetpack is having a little bit of trouble with that car right now. I think maybe suffering from some tire wear, quite honestly, which related to that spin. So we got Catch, and I mean, Catch is right there now. Catch is starting to put a little bit of pressure on Boosted 45 here. Again, Catch is he's a team player, so he might not force anything here. If Boosted makes a mistake, Catch will obviously jump on the opportunity to get around him there, but I don't think we're going to see Catch really push too much of an issue there with his teammate currently right now. A championship's on the line here. Catch is sitting second overall in the standings for individual, and of course Team SFR leading the team portion of the standings as well in this final round here. So really it's just about playing smart, being safe, and trying to get the best possible finish you can here. So Tango 2 in 8th place, so he's had a good comeback drive so far. We got Magic Man here in 9th. And then we got Jetpacker rounding in our top 10 here. Choco in 11th place. Darmel sitting in 12th. High People's having a good run here in 13th. Big Dom in 14th. We got King in 15th. We've got Shark Attack here in 16th. We've got JP down in 17th here. And then we've got Rig Pig and that Jaguar rounding out our field here currently in 18th place. But we did see, I believe he was the driver that started the race in pit lane there. So, and I mean, we're just looking for something happening here. Really right now, this is kind of the closest thing on track. So let's jump back on with Boosted here. Boosted definitely getting some camera love here today. Him and Catch are kind of really the two closest drivers together at the moment. And you can see Catch again, you know, he's not really, and now this is from my point of view, this is just my opinion as what I'm seeing on track developing here. You know, Catch is obviously trying to stay within slipstream range of teammate Boosted 45 here, but it doesn't really seem like Catch is overly interested in attempting to apply any real pressure. Actually, you see Catch coming into pit lane there, so you just seen him playing, just kind of racing, man. You just seen him chilling, hitting his marks, hitting his lines, keep as close to his teammate there, but not trying to force an issue, not trying to cost either one of the two drivers any time on track. So now Boosted's he's in no man's land here currently. He's kind of on his own, sitting in 4th place. So he's got a little bit of work to do to catch Autista up ahead of him. As Autista is, you know, he's got some lap traffic in between him and Boosted 45. So I mean, we're looking at about 7-second gap between the two drivers here currently. Yeah, we got a little battle brewing here between Little Mac and Tango 2 as well. So let's jump on board with that. Let's see if anything develops here between 6th and 7th place drivers, Little Mac and Tango 2 here. There's about a second right now, roughly separating the two of the drivers. That's about a second, ladies and gentlemen, give or take. It could be a little above, could be a little less. But you can see Tango 2 it seems to be getting a little bit of a run going into braking on Little Mac here. So maybe just a little bit better under the braking here at Zandvoort today. Zandvoort today, not Xander, Zandvoort. So it'd be interesting to see if Tango 2 can catch up to Little Mac here and start to squeeze some real pressure on him here. And again, just some tough corners here at the racetrack today. And you can see the track looks like it's quite wide, but once you're on it, it's not really as wide as it looks. Alright, so sitting here with Tango 2 as he's trying to chase down Little Mac. We got Little Mac's point of view, their POV, from the back of his car. They're just over the wing of that Bentley. And now we're going to take a little peek from Tango 2's point of view, just from above the hood here. So a dash cam point of view, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to see... if he can get something done on Little Mac here. And these guys are just racing their hearts out right now. They're doing everything they can to gain time, to gain position on the driver ahead of them. Yeah, it's just it's tough racing out here at Zandvoort, Let's get to some more fun information here. We have the current Grand Prix circuit at the fastest lap time, ladies and gentlemen, is Lewis Hamilton in the Mercedes W12 2021 Formula 1 car at a 1:11.097. So that's quite a spicy lap there, ladies and gentlemen, from Lewis Hamilton there. So we do see Tango opting to make a pit stop here now. Let's jump on board with our leader here. I'm sure he's probably starting to think about the same thing. What else we got for fun little stuff for you guys here? Where's Marco at? He's just coming around right now. He's coming into the final corner here at the start-finish line. So let's go through these corners for you. I'll do my best here I can, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give you a little corner update there. I missed it. We'll do it next time. Next time we're thinking about it. There we go. All right. So the Lewis Hamilton fastest lap on track as well, ladies and gentlemen, was done September 5th, 2021. What else we got? We got the GT3 cars. Obviously, this is what we're racing here today. So the fastest lap on record currently in the GT3 cars is a 1 minute 34 seconds at 0.856. It was done by Norbert Seidler in the Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo in the 2021 GT World Challenge Europe Sprint Cup. And it was just a Zandvoort round race, and it was 19th of June 2021. What else we got here? GT4 car, minute 43.704 by Bastian Boos, sorry. Porsche 718 Cayman GT4 Club Sport. And that was back in 2020, European Series round. September 27th, as a matter of fact. The FIA F3s, 126.476 by Dennis Hogger. The Dollar F3 2019, that was in 2021 as well. The same day that Lewis Hamilton set his lap record, as a matter of fact. Where's our LMPs here? LMP2 is a 133.395 by Jack Dex. The BR Engineering BR01, and that was the historic Grand Prix of 2020, and that was September 5th, 2020. So there's just some fastest laps there. What else we got? It's looking like we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've had 13. So in the 84 years that the racetrack has been around, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fatal accidents on the racetrack. So actually, you know, really that's not that bad when you really think about it, ladies and gentlemen. The amount of races over 84 years that have been held at Zandvoort here, with different types of layouts of tracks. Again, the track's been revamped a half a dozen times in the 84 years it's been around. To only have 13 fatal accidents is actually quite good for a racetrack as old as this racetrack is. And clearly you can see it's not an easy racetrack. It is by far one of the more difficult racetracks, and we're not really seeing any real serious battling going on here currently for position. Yeah, so we're starting to see we're definitely starting to see the pit stops really spreading these guys out. I mean, there are some sizable gaps here currently on track. I mean, Magic Man's sitting at +1 still in 7th. Not sure how that works. We got Catch here in 8th place. He's +1. Yeah, Jetpacker back up into P9 after his incident there earlier on track, which cost him a few positions, losing the car under braking, but not receiving any contact damage. So that was fortunate for Jetpacker. Just unfortunate to lose the positions from the spin as well. Tango 2 rounding out our top 10 here currently, so he's having a pretty good comeback drive from the pits. You got Darmel here in 11th. Choco currently making his... Oh, and he got a stop and go penalty for speeding in pit lane. Oh, that is rough, ladies and gentlemen. So Choco's going to have to make a stop and go stop here somewhere along the race. That's really unfortunate. That's really going to hurt where he's at on track here. So that sucks. The one thing you definitely want to try and avoid during a race like this is a stop and go penalty. And you will get a stop and go penalty for exceeding track limits too many times as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if these drivers are caught exceeding track limits too many times, race control will also give him a stop and go drive-through penalty in pit lane. So there's a couple of ways. Oh, we see Rig Pig having an incident there. He got really hard into the wall there, and most certainly he's probably going to have to hit the pit lane for damage repair. As we've seen MX, second place driver MX, just come around, and currently first place driver, as a matter of fact, actually. Oh, and you can see that Rig Pig's really... that car's really in rough shape here right now. He's having a hard time keeping it going where he wants it to go, so he's going to try and get it back on track here. And he's got a handful of a car right now, ladies and gentlemen. So great job by Rig Pig. Great awareness to realize he had traffic coming. He just got out of the way. And he's at a point where he's getting fairly close to the start-finish line here, so he'll be able to make a pit stop here shortly. So our current rate, oh, you see him spin again, so that car is definitely in trouble. Maybe a punctured tire there, ladies and gentlemen. It very well could be a punctured tire. Again, as these drivers start to wear down their tires, you know, punctures become a real a real concern for these drivers, and that's actually kind of what looks like happened to Rig Pig there. It looks like he punctured a tire, and he's really having a hard time getting that car around the pit lane. So we currently have MX in first place, followed by Boosted 45 in second. We've got Sephiroth in third. Little Mac has moved up into P4, and then Marco in P5. So Marco is pit. And that's why we don't see Marco in the lead any further. And he's already made that pit stop on the rest of the field here. And he's actually got Little Mac in his sights currently here on track as well. So, and actually just as we say that, you see him make that pass on Little Mac there on the outside. Little Mac, I think, is going into pit lane there, as you can see off in the background. So he's opting to go make his pit stop. So, I mean, no matter what, Marco was definitely going to get that position there. So he's got Big Dom behind. He's got Shark Attack, who we just seen him go by there. Actually, I think he just went around Big Dom. Sorry, he's chasing Shark Attack down next. Now, these guys are all off traffic, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see the sun is starting to rise here in the distance. And we just got word from race control that we are 45 minutes through the race here. So again, riding on board with Marco, who's currently our championship standings leader, and he's getting a blue flag waved at him. So he should be. That's probably for the car in front of him. So we have MX in pit lane. Boosted is opted to stay out. Sephiroth is opted to stay out. Marco's, he's just starting to come around here. So we're going to stick on board with Marco just for a moment. And we're going to see where he comes out in comparison to MX and mind blank. We lost our train of thought there. My bad, my bad. So MX comes out just in front of Marco here. So Marco losing a little bit of time on MX there throughout the duration of pit stops. So that's a little bit interesting because Marco pit a couple laps ago. You really think that undercut would have worked for him, as he had some pretty good pace early on in this race. So I'm actually kind of surprised to see MX ahead, but MX having a good pit strategy there, and it has just gotten him ahead of MX. So when Boosted 45 decides to pit, that should give both these guys P1 and P2, and you can see Marco not trying to make a move there. He just got a good run and had to stick the nose inside to avoid contact, but now he's battling with what looks to be Shark Attack there, and he's now gotten around Shark Attack. So chasing MX down. MX is the guy that he does need for position here. MX currently running in third place, so MX getting a little bit sideways there too, we can see, ladies and gentlemen. So that is definitely going to not be good for his tires, obviously. And we have Sephiroth and Boosted 45 currently in P1 and P2. And cruising. Absolutely cruising. We see Little Mac just ahead, having a little bit of a mistake there. Almost getting into the wall. Sephiroth was just able to get around him there without contact. So good job by Sephiroth there. As we're not sure what's going on with Little Mac here. He seems to be struggling a little bit currently on track. So and I mean, the big question really now, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, is, well, it looks like we got 3 drivers that have retired out here too, ladies and gentlemen. We've lost 3 of our drivers here, it looks like. So with 3 drivers retiring due to various reasons, I'm sure, which is really, really unfortunate. All right, so we don't like to talk about these kinds of things, ladies and gentlemen, but unfortunately, it is a part of it's a part of motorsports, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, with racetracks come potential for really bad accidents on racetracks, and sometimes the drivers they don't fare out so well. Sometimes the driver loses his life in an auto accident, no matter how much safety and engineering and time and effort goes into making the racing as safe as possible. Sometimes it just happens, ladies and gentlemen. It's really unfortunate, but the very last fatal accident here in Zandvoort was back in 2017 in September, and it was during the historic Grand Prix of Zandvoort. Actually, he crashed when it was March 701 from 1970. The accident happened in Erdi-Elensbach, where he lost control of the car and crashed into the barriers. Marshals got him out of the car, and Fair was brought to hospital where injuries, of course, consumed him, and he lost his life, which is really unfortunate. So it's been a few years since the most recent real bad accident there at the racetrack as well. We don't not all facts are positive, I guess, which is really unfortunate. But we got a battle here between MX and Marco right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get on board with this battle here. So we get a great shot over that Audi spoiler here today. But Marco is definitely making sure that MX does not get away from him here. So he may not maybe be trying to make the pass here, but what Marco's definitely doing here is making sure that MX stays 100% within reach here. So I guess the question is MX, did he short fuel a little bit? Maybe did he not change tires when he pit? What did he do differently than Marco did differently in pit lane there to gain all that extra time? So yeah, it's hard to say what's going to happen here. We still have 40 minutes of racing left, ladies and gentlemen, and it's really anybody's game. As you can see, lap traffic, they're getting out of the way, and these guys are battling. These guys are absolutely battling here. You see the clouds are starting to go away here now as morning's really perked up here, and it's starting to get really, really nice out actually. You can see that the sun's starting to shine, the sky's starting to clear, and that's going to start warming this racetrack up. And what that's going to do, ladies and gentlemen, is really going to put some heat into the tires of these race cars. So hopefully the drivers have thought about that, of course, when they went and made their pit stops, and hopefully have these cars set up for the long haul run here. You see Marco really gained some time up there under braking, and Marco's looking. Oh, MX makes a mistake under braking. Oh, no, that's really unfortunate. Marco was still putting the pressure on, and I think Marco feels like he made contact there. So Marco's going to get the position back to MX there. To us, to our vantage point, I didn't see contact. It didn't look like there was contact made between the two drivers there, but obviously, we didn't see something that the drivers know about, as Marco immediately giving that position back to MX, and we see MX flashing his lights there to say, hey, thank you. So there must have been contact there. It must have been very, very subtle, and from our camera angle, it didn't actually look like there was any contact at all there, but we do see Marco did back off there. So again, huge sportsmanship between the drivers. We see that a lot here at ACC and this group of drivers. There's a lot of respect amongst drivers here, and just not that surprised to see it. Yeah, to me it looked pretty clean, but obviously we know something, they know something we don't know here in the comments box. We obviously, Marco would not have stopped if he felt like that was clean. So a great job by the drivers, just great awareness. Marco was battling pretty good there. Looked like he just kind of got into the side of MX a little bit there. And you can see that our first, second, and third place drivers really do have some sizable gaps from the rest of the pack here. And I mean, Sephiroth, who has yet to pit, is still running here in first place. So we've now seen 3 of our drivers retire from the race here. So Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what Sephiroth's strategy is here. Maybe he's going on the bold strategy. Maybe he's just trying to get that gap done. You can see the rear tires on that car are really starting to wear down just from the twitchiness of the car there. But again, opting not to pit here. So we have 35 minutes remaining in the race here, and maybe we got one driver who's going to try and do the no stop, chat. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, I suppose. But Sephiroth's still out on track, is still in first place. He's the only driver that has yet to make a pit stop. So we got Boosted in fourth. We got Catch back in P5. Magic Man's up in P6. We got Tango 2 here in P7. Little Mac in P8. King in 9. We got Shark Attack in 10. We got Darmel here in 11th. We got JP in 12th. We've got High People still sitting in 13th place. And we got Rig Pig here in 14th. So it started with 18 drivers, ladies and gentlemen, down to 14. So we've had 4 drivers out to due to various reasons, obviously, on the racetrack. But on board with our race leader Sephiroth here. Let's jump in with our race leader currently, as you can just see him giving that position to JP there. Give the lap back, so a lap earned back on JP there. Anytime you're able to get around the leader and grab a lap back is always a great feeling, so JP's got to be feeling good about that. And yeah, Sephiroth is just, he's cruising right now. It doesn't, I mean, he's showing no signs of pitting here. I mean, he's pushing. So, got to tell you, we're looking like a bold strategy developing from driver Sephiroth here. We're definitely going to be keeping our eye on that. It currently has a 13 and a half second gap on second place driver MX, who has Marco starting to bear back down on him here as well. So let's monitor that gap to Sephiroth here. As you can see, the gap is leaking down a little bit. Now remember, MX and every driver behind Sephiroth has made a pit stop. Most certainly probably take a new fresh set of tires on and maybe a little bit of fuel load, maybe not. So these guys are on fresher tires than what Sephiroth's on right now. So these guys are going to start to peel the time off of the leader. The question is they going to be able to peel enough time off the leader over the course of the next 33 minutes to battle him for P1? And I mean, we speculated very early on in the broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, that a driver opting to try and do a no-stop on tires here is probably ultimately going to pay the price. So currently what we're seeing at the moment is Sephiroth making a no-stop attempt here. He's driven an hour so far in this race, and he doesn't look like he looks like he's comfortable. So with that being said, I guess we'll see if he pits or not. We see that timer really coming down, so I think Sephiroth has now come into pit lane, actually. Let's go take a peek. No, it hasn't. So, he's just... Oh, there we go. Sephiroth's coming into pit lane right now, ladies and gentlemen. I really thought he was going to go bold here, but he's just absolutely running it down. So he's probably going to take a new set of tires. He's probably just going to splash and dash and get out of pit lane as quick as he can. So we see MX, and oh, we got a spinner. We got JP spinning out in the background there. He does make contact with the wall there as well. So that's really unfortunate. Not JP, Rig Pig, sorry. So really unfortunate there for Rig Pig. Is he's having trouble here with the track today at Zandvoort. And I don't think this track is for the faint of heart, ladies and gentlemen. This looks like a very, very difficult racetrack. So MX is now obviously going to have to come all the way back around the racetrack, because these drivers essentially... Yeah, there we go. MX finally hit that live timer. Marco hit the live timer. We got Joe coming in with that like and that share, my man. How you doing, Joe? Much love over on Facebook. The Facebook stream seems to be holding up pretty good, actually, now, so I'm not sure what's going on, but it's working. We're going to go with it. So Sephiroth is coming out of pit lane right now, and we had just seen Rockefeller Racing Catch also come out ahead. So Sephiroth going from first to fifth place there. So Sephiroth actually gaining a position after all is said and done there on the massive overcut there that he was trying out. So Let's jump back on board with MX here, because I mean, really, the battle right now is for P1. Marco's right there. We seen a few laps ago where Marco went to make a move. We seen MX spin out. It didn't look like there was contact made, but we did see Marco stop on track and allow MX to go back around and take the position back over. So Marco obviously feels like he was at fault there for that spin. It looked on our angle like it was all good, but again, we can only see what we can see, and the drivers obviously know better than what we know because they're in the cars. They can feel the cars, they can feel the contact, they can feel anything that's happening here. I guess the big question is that little bit of an incident between Marco and MX, has that hurt Marco's car? Has it hurt his chances to catch MX and make a push for the race win? And as you can see, he has lots of clear track up ahead of him here. He's got no lap traffic immediately in the vicinity to deal with. All he has to worry about is just trying to get away from this guy right here behind Marco. So now we have Boosted 45 up into P3, and another solid looking finish here from Boosted. Catch sitting just right there off the podium in P4 currently right now. Magic Man has now moved himself up to P5 here as well. Sephiroth just behind in P6. We got Tango 2 here in P7. Little Mac in P8. We got King in P9. We got Darmel in 10th place. We got JP in 11th. We got Shark Attack in 12th. High Peoples in 13th. And Rig Pig in the pits here, getting some damage fixed most likely in 14th place. Really unfortunate. He's having a tough race here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And, you know, you win some, you lose some, right? This racing, some races are obviously going to be better than others. And today, unfortunately for Rig Pig, it looks like this is just one of those race days he'd much rather soon forget. But it happens to the best of us out there, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? He'll overcome it. And he'll be back and he'll be ready for the next one. So, I mean, we gotta stick with this battle. But, you know, let's actually, let's go jump on board with Marco for a little bit here now and get it from his point of view. So you can see, I mean, about a second, 1.1 second gap currently between Marco and MX. And then, of course, quite a sizable gap from first, second to third, fourth, and fifth place. So these two are racing each other at this point here, and racing themselves. And of course, you know, the odd bit of lap traffic here and there as they catch up to it. But right now, there really should be no concern as far as a battle from P3 goes for P2 and P1 here. It should just be a battle, hopefully, between P1 and P2 here nearing the end of the race. It's been a little bit of a quiet race today. We haven't seen a lot of battling happening here. Again, like we speculated early on in the broadcast, tough racetrack to make passes on. Drivers have to stay really patient, and we've seen that a few times already on the racetrack where drivers have just really settled in behind another driver and kind of waited for the right moment to make the move. We saw Atista make a fantastic move on Jetpack earlier on in the race on lap 11 there as well. So, and actually, now that we're thinking, speaking of Autista, that it looks like one of the drivers has actually retired here today. So, really unfortunate. He was having a good run here today. And you can see a little bit of wind blowing here too, ladies and gentlemen. So the wind is does factor into this too, ladies and gentlemen. It factors into the car. I mean, obviously the wind pushes against the car depending on what part of the racetrack you're on. Depends on where on the race car the wind is pushing. But that's could do a couple of things. It could affect your fuel mileage. If you're pushing headwind into that wind, you're gonna use more fuel. If the wind is more tailwindish, then obviously you're probably going to save a little bit of fuel. So, you know, just more things that these drivers do have to consider here while they're on the racetrack racing is weather conditions. And wind has picked up a little bit, as we can see in the flags on the racetrack there. They're starting to blow a little bit. So, with that being said, now the drivers have just one more extra factor here in the race today to consider as far as when to push and how hard to push. So now we're kind of getting up to a situation here where MX has caught up to what looks like to be Shark Attack. And and Shark Attack getting out of the way there. I wasn't sure if he was going to play a factor into this showdown between Marco and MX here, but he just opted to get right out of the way and let these two have at her. So that was a really great job by Shark Attack there to allow the leaders to get by quick and clean and let these guys still battle on. I mean, there's only, less than a second gap between these drivers currently here right now. That was 0.5 of a second last time we marked there. So Marco is for sure definitely trying to put some pressure on MX here in the Audi now. So again, we know Marco's a competitor here in ACC. We've seen him very high up on the podium all season long when he has been on track. He's just one of them guys that's tough to beat, and MX is definitely giving him a run for his money here today from IRL. And that's, again, MX has been looking just fantastic in the latter half of this season with that Audi too. He seems like he's really got dialed into this car, and he hasn't been an easy competitor either for these guys to race against. So I think we're really in for an epic battle coming to the near the end of an absolute epic series, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a great series all series long, and I've only been broadcasting since about round 4. But, man, it has just been a fantastic series right from day one. The races have been very close. There's been great battling going on. Everything you expect to see out of the best from two different leagues challenging each other. It's exactly what you expect to see. Just a world-class driving and a lot of racing respect out there. And these guys have shown it all series long. Team SFR looking like they have more drivers remaining on track here currently as well, so should be able to secure down that overall team standings by the way things are looking currently here on track. MX is doing everything, and I mean everything he can right now to get Team IRL going here. He's in the lead. You can see Marco, though. Marco is making that push, Chad. And Marco realizes that the race is starting to wind down. And I mean, we have 25 minutes left yet. It's not necessarily he needs to make this move now, but if he feels like he's got the pace on that Audi in front of him, now might be the time to get around him, because he might not have this much race car left at the end of the race that he has underneath of him right now. So it looks like Marco's race car is really coming into the setup here currently for him, and he's trying to take full advantage of that on MX. So we have Little Mac just up ahead of these guys here now as well. So Little Mac's now going to factor into this as well. So we see one driver just opting just to get out of the way completely, pull right off the racetrack. Not necessary, but again, this is a tough racetrack to allow cars to get by. So some of these guys are just opting to pull off the track and not interfere with this, what potentially is going to be an epic battle. And here we go. Marco's going to go. He looks inside. A little bit of contact. Just a small amount of contact there, but did not enough to spin MX out there again. He tried. He had a run there, and he just could not get the move done. MX did a really good job to hold that line there. So battle on, man. Battle on. And these guys are battling. We're sticking with this. This is a battle for the lead, ladies and gentlemen. We're not going anywhere here. This is going to be right down to the start-finish line potentially here, ladies and gentlemen. So we have a caution. So we do have a driver that spun somewhere on the racetrack there. We are back to green flag situation, so clearly that driver has gotten himself sorted out and back on track. But we did have a yellow flag situation going there for a minute. And you can see Marco is just closing. He's working hard here. But that Audi's showing some pace. MX is not just going to give this to him. He's gonna battle right to the bitter end here with Marco, as these guys are absolutely driving their hearts out here right now for Team IRL and Team SFR, and probably been the most clutch drivers for each of their respective teams as well, ladies and gentlemen. MX has been really huge for Team IRL, and so has Marco for Team SFR. So kind of a battle of the Titans for the top two spots here in the finale. I mean, really, should it go down any other way? I don't think so. I think these two deserve to have an absolute epic battle here coming right down to the start-finish line today, and it's looking like we're gonna get it. It's looking like we are gonna get it. I really don't want to leave the battle. I feel like the moment I go check through the field is the moment something really spectacular happens here. We just don't want to miss it. So I know everybody's wondering how their favorite drivers are doing right now. We will go check. We will go check, I promise. But this is the battle right now, guys. I mean, this is the action. You can see MX just grabbed a little better apex than Marco did there. So MX got a slightly better run, but you can see Marco's just diving into these corners just a little bit deeper than MX is currently as well. So MX is opting to go in a little bit slower and come out quicker, but Marco's opting to go in a little bit deeper and try to gain that time under braking. But currently it looks like MX's strategy is working just a little bit better. And you can see Marco really made some time up right there through that little sector. Almost full full throttle through that whole sector. Just a little small throttle lift getting through there to settle the car down, make sure that car stayed on the line. But other than that, he definitely made up a couple tenths of a second just through that straight there. But the MX is doing a fantastic job at really holding Marco back here. And we're coming into this really weird chicane hairpin dealio corner here. And then, of course, coming around again, kind of a double corner here. A slight hairpin moving into more of a sweeping corner. And then these guys have a nice run up a straightaway, and then they're coming around a little bit of a sharper hairpin for that start-finish line. Right after the start-finish line, pardon me. And man, I gotta tell you, this is a battle. This is a battle. Let's go through our field quick here. Let's go take a look what else is happening on track. We got Boosted still sitting very comfortably in P3. We got Catch back there in P4. We got Sephiroth in P5. We got Little Mac in P6. We got Magic in P7. Tango in P8. We got King in P9. JP rounding out that top 10. We got Darmel in 11th. We got a Shark Attack at 12th. We've got High Peoples in 13th. And then we got Rig Pig in 14th. So we are missing Choco. We are missing Autista. We are missing Big Dom. And looks like Jetpacker. And it looks like Rig Pig has retired the race car as well. So some unfortunate incidents happening there with some of our drivers here on track today, unfortunately. But let's jump back onto this battle for the lead. Clearly, I mean, again, this is where the battle is. This is where the action is on track right now. So, with the exception of some lead lap traffic hitting up some lap traffic currently for the rest of the field, this is the two closest cars on track to each other. Yeah, Edward coming in with that thumbs up. Much love, Edward. Appreciate you, my man. Hope you're doing very well today. And again, ladies and gentlemen, if I've missed your alert, if I've missed anything on Facebook specifically, I do apologize. It's not showing up for me. And if you guys are chatting on YouTube, same deal, man. It's just not showing up. So I apologize in advance, ladies and gentlemen. No idea what is going on today. Alright, and happy May long weekend for those that are on a long weekend this weekend as well, ladies and gentlemen. I've totally been slacking on that this week. So right now in front of MX, our current race leader, he's just got wide open tracks. I mean, he's just got nothing but driving to focus on right now. and of course keeping this man from passing him, who is Marco. So yeah, things are. I mean, Marco he's just not letting him get away. He's just not having it. He's just not having it. You can hear a little bit of lap traffic coming up ahead of these guys, but for the most part, this is their guys'. This race is MX's to lose or Marco's to lose at this point here. Both the drivers clearly on great pace, and this is going to come down to who I guess has the most car left at the end of the race here. I mean, we're 15 minutes away. We're getting very, very close. So. And we see MX really gain a lot on Marco in that particular corner right there. And then you kind of see Marco really start to close up that difference in the middle part of the racetrack. And then you see MX open it back up again in the latter half of the racetrack. So it kind of looks like MX's car is better in the first and latter part of the racetrack, where Marco's is just much better in the middle sector. And you can see Marco actually got a really good line through there, but so did MX. So both these drivers just showcasing some driver skill here today. And you can see Marco is just working so hard. He is just doing everything he can here to get close enough to MX here again and try and make a move again. Pardon me, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen 2 attempted moves here from Marco over the last about 15 laps or so. And one of them, apparently he made contact. It didn't look like he made contact, but he felt that he made contact, which created MX to spin. So he actually waited on track for MX and gave MX first place back. Started racing again. He tried to make a move about 7 laps ago and just wasn't able to get it done. And that actually gave MX an opportunity to kind of start to pull away from him a little bit. And now Marco's been working really hard at closing that gap back up to try and make that move again. So you see that gap's only like 0.3 of a second right now between these two drivers. He's going to set it up. Is he going to make the move? He's tight on the curb. Oh, MX gave him the room just to make sure there was no contact. That's going to help Marco get a run there as he forced MX a little bit wide too. So Marco was not able to get that Bentley to hook that corner up. He just could not get it to hook that corner up. He was not able to do what he was looking like he was intending to do there. He looked like he was going to go for that move on the inside, and the car just didn't hold the corner for him. You can see he's in that slipstream here now, though. MX going very defensive here. And he's going to get a good run, actually, out of that corner as Marco went quite a bit wide. I think he went a little bit wider than he meant to there, but... And now we got some lap traffic again coming into play here, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost at 10 minutes left of the race. And we got a battle brewing between first and second place here. It's been tight for the last 18, 19 laps. And now we got some lap traffic factory. He got out of the way. He wanted nothing to do with what's going on here. He just got out of the way. So, yeah, battle on, man. So it was. Oh, yeah, and MX makes a mistake. That's going to give Marco the pass. MX spun out into the corner. Oh, no. The pressure from Marco finally got to MX. MX made a mistake under braking. He spun the Audi sideways. That's going to give the race lead to Marco. And Marco has been absolutely working so hard to try and catch MX. And MX, unfortunately, making that small mistake we were talking about earlier in the broadcast. It was his race to lose, and he made the mistake right there. But this race ain't over. We still got 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So, you know, the same thing can happen to Marco here. And that's really unfortunate because I know for a fact that Marco wanted to have this go down to the last lap. I mean, these guys were really building up to have an absolutely fantastic race finish here. And unfortunately for MX, he just made a mistake. So where does that put Boosted? That puts Boosted still 17 seconds behind. I mean, I don't think Boosted has a shot at second place on MX here. You can see him just, that's Little Mac coming around the corner there in behind. I think he's just too darn far, and I don't think MX really got any damage from that. MX just made a mistake under braking and spun the car sideways, just a little hard on the brakes. Worn out tires, and the car just kicked sideways on him, and that allowed Marco to get through. Marco did have to react pretty quickly there as he spun out right in front. I mean, that could have been catastrophic for both the front drivers there, but Marco made the best of a scary situation, got around safe and sound, and now because of that, he's been given the race lead here with just under like 8 minutes left to go almost. So. Good position to be in for Marco currently with MX, like I said, 10 seconds behind. He's quite a ways behind here. Boosted is quite a ways behind though as well. He's pushing like 16 seconds here. And then we've got Cat sitting in P4. We got Seffi in P5. We got Little Mac in P6. We got Magic in 7. We got a whole bunch of cars coming up on top of each other here. It looks like we actually got a little battle brewing here between Tango 2 and Magic Man actually. So... Magic Man got a really good run through there, actually. As you see, Tango 2 was just holding his line, but he didn't get the best run through that inside corner there. And I think that was just because he was trying to make sure he didn't make contact with Magic Man there. Anthony coming in with the thumbs up. Much love, brother. Appreciate you. And you can see here, he's going to take a look on the inside, but Magic just has... just the slightest amount of top speed on him here. What's going to happen coming into the corner? Oh, there's going to be contact. Oh, no. Tango 2 definitely getting in a little bit of contact there, I think, with Magic. I think he caused Magic just to get a little bit loose there. And that'll cause Magic Man to lose the position on Tango 2 there. But, oh, Magic Man's really getting loose there. He's really pushing that car right now to try and catch up to Tango 2. Unfortunately, it looked like there was contact from our point of view, but it was super, super close. Again, one of those things that was hard to tell from our angle if contact was made, but we didn't see Tango 2 give the position back, so maybe there wasn't contact made. I'm not really sure on that 100%, but that's about the end of that battle currently here on track. So Magic Man is closing, though. I mean, MX is shaving time off that race lead, but unfortunately, with the amount of time left on the clock, I just don't know if it's going to be enough time for MX to catch back up to Marco. I mean, Marco could spin, right? I mean, it's always a possibility. I mean, something could happen to our leader up here, which allows MX to catch back up, but it's hard to say what's going to happen here. Marco has a 14-second gap right now, and then of course third place is boosted. 13, 14 seconds behind our second place driver MX. So our podium finishers are separated a little bit. We got Catch here in fourth place. We got Seth in fifth. We've got Little Mac here currently riding in sixth. We've got Tango 2 now, who we just seen take seventh from Magic Man. Magic Man's still there though. Magic Man isn't just going to let him drive away like that. He's trying to catch him back up. We got King in ninth place. We got JP rounding out our top 10 here today. Darmel is in 11th. We've got Shark Attack here in 12th. And we've got High Peoples doing a great job here in 13th. And we've lost 5 drivers here so far today, ladies and gentlemen. 5 of our cars out of the race here throughout various stages of the race today. I'm fantastic, Anthony. How you doing, my guy? We're at about 5 minutes left here, so we're just going to keep looking for them battles right now, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to keep going through our field, see what we see. And then, of course, with a couple minutes left, we'll jump on to our race leader, and we'll just follow these guys through the start-finish line, and then take it from there. We will jump in the interview room after the race here. Whether or not the guys jump in for interviews is hard to say, but that's up to them if they choose to jump in. And, of course, we'll definitely sit there and have a chit-chat with them. And if they opt not to, then it's all good. So... really gutted for MX right now, ladies and gentlemen. He was working so hard up there in first place. He was doing a great job at defending off Marco for several laps, and he just unfortunately made a small mistake and dropped him back to P. I mean, P2 is nothing to shake a stick at, but I mean, racers are racers, and he's going to be looking back at that going, man, what could I have done differently there? I think I had him. And that's going to go through his mind. He's a racer. Every racer is a competitor. And although I'm sure he'll still be tickled pink with his result, I mean, there's always that possibility knowing that he had first place right there in his grasp, and he unfortunately just let it slip away from him a little bit there. But that's racing, chat. That's racing, and that's the way it goes. You have a good car. The car's set up well. You're feeling good. You're feeling good about your times, your lap times. You're feeling good about your lines. All that is irrelevant when it comes down to race time because anything can happen. Man, we keep hitting the wrong buttons here. And I mean, really, Marco has a pretty clear sailing. He does have a car just to win around this corner here. He's starting to catch up to, but other than that, there's a pretty big distance between that back marker and then, of course, the next back marker, which is going around turns 3 and 4 right now. So Marco's in a pretty good position here. He can just run his laps, make sure he takes care of the car, and make sure he keeps that car safe at this point. can really hear them brakes working hard too, ladies and gentlemen. You can really hear the brakes working hard. Every time he's on those brakes, you just hear him squealing. They've been put through all kinds of hard braking and abuse here today. So we're a minute away, chat. That's it, man. 1 minute remaining in this great challenge series that these guys have put on here. The SFR versus IRL challenge. It's been 9 weeks in the making. It's been 8 very tough races. It's been 8 very competitive races, and it's all coming down to this final minute, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to stay with Marco here in case he doesn't make the finish line before the timer runs out. It looks like he's going to be able to get around again.
Leaders on final lap now.
And there it is. Race control said leaders on the final lap. We got MX is going to get another one here too. We're going to jump on with Boosted. Boosted is going to be our first, looks like our first driver to finish here. The timer has ran out, so when he crosses the start-finish line, that will be it for Boosted here. And it looks like he's going to bring home his second third-place finish in a row here at the end of the series. So a really great job there by Boosted. He's going to come through. Bada bing, bada boom. No, they're letting him go too. Catch and Sephiroth side by side. Sephiroth making the move on Catch there. We are definitely going to get back on with the race leader here. He's getting very, very close to coming around that start-finish line here. And he is going to win this race here with an absolute great drive. He was having some great battles with MX. And the winner for round 8 is Marco from Team SFR, ladies and gentlemen. And it was a really great job by Marco and driver who finishing here in second place, which is MX, ladies. MX blocks him for IRL, finishing second place. So great job there by that driver as well. We've got Boosted now, who is coming across. We see Darmel coming across the line, finishing 11th, ladies and gentlemen. So we do have Boosted 45 here. He's going to come across with a third place finish here as well. So great job by Boosted. Congratulations to Boosted on that third place drive. Sephiroth looking like he's coming around in fourth place here as well. We see Little Mac finishing 6th. We're seeing Tango 2 finishing in 7th. We are going to have the 2 drivers behind in the middle of and around. We've seen High Peoples going off the track there. See some contact from Sephiroth and Shark Attack there. Sephiroth coming around in 4th place. That definitely wasn't intentional, ladies and gentlemen. Shark Attack and High Peoples coming around in 13th and 12th place. Moving down to Catch. And JP. Catch maybe out of fuel there. I'm not sure what's going on there. And JP coming around. So JP coming in that top 10 here for today. So great job by JP. And of course Catch going to finish in 5th place as well here today. So our winner is Marco. 56 laps total, ladies and gentlemen, with 2nd place driver MX blocks him. And 3rd place finisher Boosted 45, ladies and gentlemen. So great job by all the guys out on track today. All right. So, huge congratulations to our podium finishers. So, I mean, that's it for the SFR versus IRL challenge, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final round. So, what'll happen is once those standings are all complete, all finalized, all sorted out, the officiating for the race is done, all that beautiful stuff that happens, we'll make an announcement on the page so you guys know how everything ended up. So there we go. The session has ended, ladies and gentlemen. So that is it for the 90-minute finale at Zandvoort. And what a great race. What a cool racetrack, but what a tough racetrack. We've seen a lot of the drivers struggle with this racetrack. A lot of drivers making wide corners, getting into the dirt. We've seen some drivers struggling with contact. It was just really a tough race for some of these drivers. And we had 5 drivers overall for retiring. Sorry guys, I just got a message in the Discord here. We're just gonna cut the game audio. I gotta switch mics around here as soon as I figure it all out. And we're gonna go like this. Alrighty then, so let us go right there. Alright, so we got MX up in here as well, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have boosted 45 here shortly, and I'm sure that we'll see Marco in here. There we go, there's boosted 45. He just jumped in, and wow, look at that, all the guys are here. Fantastic. So let's get on with it, shall we? Let's hit up these interviews. Just give me 1 second to set the stream up for it. We got to kill that one. We got to turn on this one. We got to shut that off. A little dilly dally this way on this. All right. So let us go talk to our podium finishers here, ladies and gentlemen. So fantastic race, gentlemen. Great race out there. Long race, very interesting racetrack, very technical racetrack, and we're here with our top 3 finishers here today. So 3rd place is boosted 45 for Team SFR. We have MX Bloxham for Team IRL coming in 2nd place, and of course Marco for Team SFR coming in 1st place. So we're going to go to boosted 45 first. So congratulations, boosted, to start off with, and second 3rd place finish in a row. So let's just go back to last week a little bit, as you weren't sure where the interviews were taking place. So we're just going to talk about last week real quick. So after finishing 3rd place last week, how were you feeling coming into the final round here at the track today?
Honestly, man, I had a little bit of nerves coming into this week's race. I haven't had any practice all week other than last night, and I had a lot of confidence coming off that 3rd place, but with that throughout the week, trying to get practice in was rough. So it was pretty nerve-wracking coming in.
Absolutely, and I mean, you had a solid performance. You drove a really patient race here today. For the viewers that were watching, they definitely noticed that. You just it looked like your focus was just keeping your car out of trouble and hitting your mark. So was that actually the case here today?
That was absolutely the case. Today was a very technical, very patient track, and if you got off your game a little bit, which I did twice, and I paid for it, but luckily I was able to keep my head down and keep pushing and able to come away with another podium.
Absolutely, and again, a great drive for you for Team SFR. At the end of the season, you've really come on strong, and put up some good solid points for yourself there. So great drive. Congratulations on the third place finish here. And I'm sure you're probably ready to wind down and decompress and get out of that rig after a 90-minute race here at ACC. So anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs, anything like that?
Oh man, I want to thank the whole Rockefeller team and with all the support we have with them, they definitely helped me gain some pace through here. Our team practices, and really anybody in SFR. I appreciate all the racing you guys gave us, and especially you, Ghost, and Choco for doing our live streams. Y'all are great. I appreciate everybody, and thank you guys.
Awesome, great words there by Boosted, and congratulations on a really, really great series, Boosted. And it was a lot of fun. It was a privilege to be a part of it. So, congratulations on a strong race today. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so great words there by Boosted as always, and we're now going to head on to our second place finisher, MX Bloxham. Again, great drive, MX. You've been showing some really, really great pace in that Audi, especially in the last half of the series. It really seems like you just hooked up and dialed in with that car, and you were having a great drive today. You were having some really great battles with Marco, especially in the last quarter of the race there. Just talk us through it a little bit and what happened there in the final spin there that finally cost you the position there.
I just hit that curb in the wrong way. There's a kind of a sausage curb on top of it on the inside when you come into that little section. I just hit it wrong and it spun the back end. Even the first time when I spun and Marcos waited on me, I wondered why he waited on me. I don't know if we made contact or not, and I didn't really think he did or should have waited, but I appreciate the waiting in the battle with him for sure. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's funny. We were actually watching you guys at that moment when that incident happened on track as well. We were watching you guys because you guys were having such an epic battle there for such a long time. We noticed that too. It looked like, from our point of view, it didn't look like any contact was made there. But like I was saying to the chat, the drivers obviously know better than we do up in the comms box. You guys can hear the contact. You can feel the contact if there was contact, and I think Marco maybe was just a little unsure, and he just decided to do the right thing there. I think is what was happening.
No, there was a slightly contact between Max and I. I just decided to wait for him because I just pushed too hard to the inside. I saw a gap, so I thought I could go safely. But it was really, really a small contact. So I think it was fair if I would wait for him, and that's what I did.
Absolutely. No, I absolutely agree.
I definitely appreciate it, Marco. Hell of a battle with you, brother. That was a lot of fun. It was nerve-wracking with you sitting there behind me for so long, and we stayed the same pace together for so long. It was fun, man. That was a blast. That's why we do this right there.
Absolutely, and I mean, race.
And you also. I'm sorry about stuff.
No, you're good. You're good. Racers just want to race, right? At the end of the day, I mean, we're all competitors when we're on the racetrack. We just want to race each other. We want to have those good epic battles because those are the battles that you remember for a lifetime, right? So, and I gotta tell you, you guys were really. The epic battle was coming from you guys. I was really gutted to see spin out there, MX, because I think that was going to come down right to the final couple laps there between you and Marco there. So congratulations, MX. I mean, you really were the anchor, I think, this season for Team IRL in this particular challenge, and I think you should really be happy with the way you showed yourself on and off the track all series long. And congratulations, man.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, any shout outs, any thank yous. And got to make sure we get the love out there.
Big shout out to my IRL boys, man. It's been a hell of a season. We've had some shortcomings. We've made up for it. We've come back. Shout out to Catch and Choco both. Without those two, we couldn't do this. And big shout out to just everybody. All the SFR guys, all the IRL guys. Man, it's just been great racing. Hell of a season.
Absolutely, and I'm sure there's going to be more of these in the future as well, ladies and gentlemen. So definitely stay tuned to the socials. You just never know what's coming next. And man, just great driving at the end of the season. It was really a pleasure to watch you in that Audi really dial it in and hook up and really put on a show for the fans. So we do appreciate that, MX, and great job on that second place today for the finale.
Thanks, sir.
All right, and our race winner, ladies and gentlemen, and this guy for certain has definitely been a big reason why SFR is doing very well here in the series. He's anchored the team here in this particular series. He's won several races, he's been on the podium several times. He missed the last couple of weeks and still managing to keep a very slim lead on that championship standings for the individual portion. And with that race win today, I'm sure that should secure that championship individual standing for you. So congratulations on that to start with, Marco. And again, you just every week in and week out, you show some really amazing pace. You show some great consistency. You show a lot of patience behind the wheel. And as we were just talking with MX earlier, when you feel like you maybe pushed too hard or you made a mistake, you know, you did the right thing there. You showed some amazing respect and etiquette on track, which really a big round of applause for you, sir, as we love to see that, obviously. And just talk us through your race today. What was going through your mind as you were running today?
I was not expecting to start at the pole, for example, because this is my first race in this track. But I kind of put myself in my head and I could win if I practiced the way I did. So starting from pole was good. I think MX was a little slow in the two first couple of laps. So I was able to open like a 6 seconds gap, and we kept this gap throughout the stint, you know, until I made a mistake. I went off the track, and then this allowed him to pass me after the pit stop. So then you know how the fight was, and it was incredible. You know, it was. I think it made funnier for me this race, like this battle with MX. You know, so in the end, he made a mistake. I think he hit, like he said, he hit the curb and he spun, and I could finally relax, you know, and come the car and make the car to the end. So I'm really happy with the pace, with the consistency throughout the championship. So it was an amazing season, man.
Yeah, and you know, it's a lot of fun to watch you race on the track all the time too, because of that, because you're so consistent, because you're so cool and calm under pressure. And I mean, you know, every racer makes a mistake here and there. Obviously, we've seen it lots of mistakes from lots of drivers today on a very tough racetrack here in the Netherlands. And you know, just that patience and that cool, calm collectiveness allowed you to keep pace with that driver up front, and eventually he finally made that little bit of an error, which gave you that window, and you jumped right through it, and end result is a race win for you again, my man. So I mean, what else can you say?
Same thing, Marcos, but either way, brother, congratulations, man, on the championship.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, congratulations, gentlemen. That was great.
Absolutely, great job
That was
by
hard
everybody.
fought and well deserved, man. You definitely had a little pace over me, and I was trying my damnedest to keep you behind me there for that last 45 minutes.
It really was. That was working out to be just something absolutely phenomenal developing there. It was really unfortunate the way it went down, but you guys put on a heck of a 2021 lap battle for the fans there, and I'm sure they appreciate it. So, again, great job, Marco. All season long, you've just shown great consistency. And, of course, any shout-outs, anybody you want to thank?
Well, I want to thank First Catch because if I end up on the top of this board, this championship, this started a long ago when I had the opportunity to join this amazing team. So, first thing is to thank for sure. But I want to thank all the Rockefeller team because even when we were racing Gran Turismo, we learned with each other, we pushed each other to become faster and faster. So, I would like to thank all of them. And also I'd like to thank the incredible work you and Choco did took over this championship. And of course IRL and SFR team, they were spectacular throughout the season. I think this was the most fun championship that I've ever been part of. So thank you for all this hard work for all of us.
Absolutely, and great words there. And I mean, it is a team effort, ladies and gentlemen, for these events, for these championship series. It takes it takes an army of people behind the scenes, and of course the drivers and the commentators and everybody else involved. It takes a massive team to make this stuff happen. So, huge round of applause for everybody behind the scenes over at SFR and IRL as well. They're clutch, ladies and gentlemen. They're clutch. Without them, this doesn't happen. So,
Yeah, I just need to add into a shout out to Catch and Choco for putting all this together for us.
cheers. Appreciate that, my man. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's exactly it, too, ladies and gentlemen. Is Catch and Choco, of course, leader over at IRL with Choco and MX, and Catch, leader over at SFR, got together, put this great series on.
Boosted. I kind of wonder where that put me in a championship if I jumped JP and Catch or not. I don't know if I finished far enough ahead of Catch.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just 1 second.
Hopefully, I can pull off at least.
There we go. We'll lose that there for a second. All right, so now. All right, so I just want to thank everybody. You guys have been kicking here for 5 weeks now with these ACC races. I really appreciate all the support here at GT45 Gaming on Facebook and YouTube. Vic, I see you, brother. Thanks for the like. Much love, man. You know, it's been a pleasure, you guys. This is new. ACC is fun. We're going to turn that volume down because I think you guys can hear him through my headset, through my mic. So we're just going to knock that volume down a little bit. There we go. All right. So it's been a fantastic series. Again, some drop rounds are going to take into effect here still, ladies and gentlemen. Drop rounds are in effect right to the end of the championship. So the standings are still going to bounce quite a bit. So as soon as those standings are finished and complete and 100% official, we'll make a post on the page just so you guys that are watching through the community here know what happened. And of course, IRL and SFR, ladies and gentlemen, have lots going on. As far as ACC events goes, IRL starting to dip into some GT7 events. We are going to see SFR eventually head over to GT7 as well, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're interested, man, in being a part of some of that, just hit us up. Let us know. We'll get you a link to both the Discords, whether it be IRL and or SFR. We'll get you guys in the Discord servers. We'll get you hooked up with the officials. We'll give you some roles. You can go peek around. You can see if anything interests you and try and get on track with these guys. That's the most important thing, right, ladies and gentlemen? So just a huge shout out to all the staff behind the scenes. The event was fantastic. The graphics were beautiful. You know, huge shout out to Choco and Catch, obviously, for headmastering this, putting it all together. Massive shout out to like the 30 plus drivers involved in this series. You know, there's 10 drivers per team plus reserves, so it really was an army to try and keep 20 drivers on the track week in and week out. Obviously, people have real life things to do, so every once in a while, somebody can't make it. We need those backups there to keep these races going beautifully. So, you know, huge shout out to all the drivers, the reserve drivers. You know, much love to Choco, man. His comms are fire, man. He has so much fun when he's broadcasting. You know, next time we will get together with Choco. We are definitely going to get together with Choco at some point. We're going to see some co-streaming happening, some co-commentary between me and Choco for sure. It just wasn't in our cards this season, but hey, it is what it is, man. Hashtag legend. We love you, Vic. Hi, Peoples. Good show. Hey, good job out there, Peoples, man, for your first one there in the series. Good job out there, brother. Vic, you too, my man. Yeah, reserves. Woo! Hey, I mean, really, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, whether these guys, whether you even race a race during the season or not, even being a reserve driver, you're a part of that team. You're there practicing with the team. You're there talking with the team. You're there strategizing with the team. You're still a part of what goes on. So you're just as much a part of the team as the guy on the track racing. It's a team effort, ladies and gentlemen, for these things to happen. We have the best community in the world when it comes to sim racing, man. #1 community, this community. And it doesn't matter what platform you're on. There's so much love to go around for everybody, and that's what the best thing about it is. We help each other, we push each other, we like to compete with each other, and that's obviously the most important thing. But at the end of the day, these guys do go out here and they have a lot of fun. And that is #1 priority. You don't want to do anything in life if you ain't enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, you probably shouldn't do it. If you're having fun, then keep doing it, man. And these guys are out there and they're having fun, and it shows on the racetrack week in and week out. So, I mean, what else can we say but great job to all the competitors. And it's been a fantastic season, and I can't wait to see the next one come up. I really, really can't. Now, ACC broadcast, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure when we're going to have our next one. We'll have to see what's going on over in the Discord servers over there. I believe they have a PS5 and PC event starting up soon, and that, unfortunately, I can't commentate for because I don't have the PlayStation 5 to start, and my PC can't run a game and stream at the same time. It's just not going to do it. So, unfortunately, we won't have comms to cover those two events for you guys, but they will be live through the driver's point of views, through Catches, through at Rockefeller Racing, over at IRL, through Choco. And of course, all the drivers' YouTube channels, Twitch channels, Facebook channels, whatever the case may be. We'll try and get some links in the Discords for you guys so you guys know where to find these guys when those events start up. But we'll also keep you guys posted. Make sure you guys are in the loop, man. We don't want you to miss it. We want you to enjoy this. We want you to have fun with it, and maybe even get on track with us and compete a little bit. So that's the important thing. We just want to have fun. We want to grow the racing community, and you guys are a huge part of it out there, viewing, watching. Thank you so much for all the likes, the shares, the comments. I apologize again, ladies and gentlemen. If you didn't get a shout out today, I apologize. I can't see it. My software is just not showing it to me. My dashboards aren't showing it to me. It's cross-platform. From PS5 to 4, yes, but not from 4 to 5. It's only cross-platform if you've got the PS5. So, yeah, we'll figure that out. Hi, people's on YouTube. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Up in the chat, man. Exactly how you see his name spelled on the screen. We'll get that link in the Discord server for you guys over GT45 as well. Much love, everybody. Thank you, everybody who tuned in today. Thank you for bearing with the choppy Facebook stream. YouTube stream was really good, but Facebook's struggling right now, so I do appreciate all you guys hanging over there on Facebook. We'll get that sorted eventually. And we'll see you as soon as we can here at ACC again. If you don't see me commentating on ACC, it's a good chance you're going to see me be behind the wheel in ACC. We are going to dip our feet into the game a little bit, so see what it's about. Get a little track time in, see how we like it. You never know. Maybe we'll jump between the two games as far as league racing goes in between our commentary gigs. But for the time being, ladies and gentlemen, I am your host for the evening, GT45 Gaming or Ghost45, and really appreciate everybody hanging out with us today. It was a good race. It was a great finale. I think that the drivers all worked really hard and did the best they absolutely could here in the race. It's a tough racetrack. It was a tough way to finish. And great job to our podium finishers again, Marco and MX and Boosted, man. I mean, incredible driving from those guys. And I mean, that's what you expect to see out of your race finishers. So Marco is most certainly going to be the individual championship out of the series. I'm not sure how they're just working that. There might be top 3 SFR and top 3 IRL deal, but once I get that sorted, we'll get a full announcement out to the page for you guys. Also, stay tuned to the page over the next 48 hours. We have announcements and we have things coming out. I need you guys to hit that, blow it up for me. You guys know what to do. We just have lots of stuff happening right now. So, unfortunately and sadly and regrettably, this series is over, ladies and gentlemen. There's no race next week here on ACC for this particular series. So it's really sad. Sad face. But at the end of the day, that's the way it goes, chat. We love you. How's it going, man? Ghost45 here. And gonna say it like I say it every week. If you get the chance to do a small act of kindness, please do, ladies and gentlemen. The smallest act of kindness could change somebody's life in a way you could never imagine. And even if it seems absolutely just minuscule and useless, it really could be life-changing for somebody. So if the chance arises, don't hesitate, guys. Just do it. An act of kindness takes nothing. Shouldn't even take any thought. You just do it and you walk away, and that person has had a better day because of you. So at the bare least, you've made that person's day just a little bit better, and that's hope, and hope is good. And second of all, ladies and gentlemen, stay winning. Because we love you here at GT45 Gaming. We love you here at SFR and IRL. The event was sponsored by Coach Dave Academy, ladies and gentlemen. I keep forgetting to give our sponsor a shout out. So much love to Coach Dave. I'm sorry, Coach Dave Academy, my man. He was here. He's sponsored the event, and super cool dude. Check him out over on YouTube, Coach Dave Academy on YouTube, ladies and gentlemen, and just go see what it's all about, man. Go see what it's all about. Some really cool stuff there, man. You guys like Ferraris? Highly recommend checking it out. But yeah, much love, everybody, and we'll see you next time.